Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on the dollar, gold, miners, and all that fun stuff. So we saw a pretty clear setup heading into this morning in the sense that we had the dollar overbought on the hourly, we had gold just above oversold, but more importantly, we had the bull miners extremely oversold. And I'll go through all of this in the setup that had us knowing to look bullish at the open. So the dollar is consolidating here on the hourly time frame in a healthy manner. This is a bull flag of consolidation. We had a nice bull break over Sunday and Monday, and we're going to negate that bearish reversal, head and shoulders potential pattern if we break 101.76. So if this high breaks and we get a higher low and a higher high, I will no longer be looking for the potential of that pattern. But until that happens, I am still keeping an eye on that because this could just be another lower high before seeing continuation to the downside to lower lows. So all about 101.76 for the dollar on the daily time frame. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder could still be intact. Obviously, that's a very poor drawing, but it's really just the psychology of what's going on with a lower high being set before breaking a key support level. So that is still in play. 101.76 is the key level. What I want to point out is the hourly time frame. Look at how contained this consolidation is, but look at gold and how significant the bounce was this morning. 4 big bull hours to the upside. You can tell the bulls were tiring because volume was tapering off, and this is a bull flag on the gold hourly time frame as well after that breakout. So we have a clear resistance level of 1238.85, and we topped out at 1238.72, a lower high by 13 cents, so a clear double top at that level. Bulls must establish a higher low on this healthy consolidation and then break that level to affirm their strength and continuation. So another scenario where the gold bull seeing much further strength than we were seeing dollar weakness. Looking at the daily time frame, we have a nice long lower wick. Last time bulls bought that dip, we saw follow through the next day. We're seeing another long lower wick. We're holding this 10-day moving average support yet again after many tests, still holding. And we're seeing an ascending triangle pattern with a horizontal resistance line at the highs we've seen in the mid 1240s, while maintaining higher lows as we get tighter and tighter, watching that resistance as we approach it. So the gold bulls buying the dip very nicely today, maintaining 10-day support, nice long lower wick. And let's now look at the miners and the setup we had this morning on the 5-minute time frame. So here's JNUG, and look at the pre-market session. So as we head into the open, we know the RSI is oversold, and what it was for me was the hourly. I looked at the hourly RSI on JNUG heading into the open, and I can see we're down at 19. I will never make a bearish position entry if the RSI is already under 30, indicating oversold. So I knew to be looking for an oversold bounce to begin to play out. And what we saw right at the open was one last flush to the downside, which was an absolute gift to the bulls. Not only were we already oversold, but we saw one last push, huge dump to the downside. The 5-minute RSI got down close to the single digits. It was down at 12. Whenever the RSI is down at 12, you know to be looking for a bounce. And this bounce played out so perfectly, way more than the bulls could ever have hoped for. So we saw a move from 1021 up to 1150 in less than an hour. So a big time move to the upside. That was pretty much the fireworks show for the bulls. Didn't see much action after that. They did hold up fairly nicely, seeing some healthy consolidation after such a strong move. But again, it was the 5-minute RSI hitting 12 and the hourly RSI dropping down to 12 as well. Back down at these lows before this huge bullish reversal candlestick, we saw the hourly RSI almost in the single digits. Cannot get more signal of oversold than what we saw on the bull miners at the open this morning. So we knew which direction to be looking. Nice bounce played out. And looking at gold, the hourly signal was a huge Bullish reversal engulfing candlestick here. Volume climax signaling the low. Oftentimes, volume climaxes will signal the top of an uptrend or the bottom of a downtrend. And here we are hitting the low. Volume climax, the highest volume we had seen on the hourly time frame in dozens of hours, and it led to a strong bounce. So checking in on GDX, we've got a bullish reversal candlestick, bulls buying the gap down open, holding that middle Bollinger Band and also holding the low. Even though we broke 24.50, we closed above it. So that support is still intact. Bulls bought that dip. We need to see follow through for these bull miners tomorrow because we are on the verge of a bearish TCG cross of this 4-period exponential crossing the 8-period exponential to the downside. And if we see that happen and we lose this middle Bollinger Band support, that is a red flag in the short term. Keeping in mind, though, weekly time frame is a bull flag. This is a very strong bull break. We have 2 healthy, contained weeks of consolidation so far, and this is a bull flag pattern. So it really all depends on your time frame and your horizon of the trade as to what you're looking for in terms of a setup here, because the daily chart might be giving us some bearish signals if we lose that middle Bollinger Band, but the weekly chart, if you're a long-term bull, it's not scaring you because this is normal, healthy consolidation after the big-time move we have seen to the upside. So checking in on GDXJ, it's a very similar setup, obviously. A little bit of differences here and there. We bounced with the low of the day right off that middle Bollinger Band, maintained support. Bulls need follow through as well here. 41.37 is the high and resistance. For GDX, resistance is 24.76, the high. Bulls want to break that level and see a nice green day tomorrow. But same thing, even if we don't, this is a bull flag of consolidation in a very controlled manner on the weekly time frame for GDX and GDXJ. So the longer term setup absolutely still favors the bulls. And in terms of gold showing weakness, what's going to have to occur for me to be a little bit more cautious as a bull on these miners is a break of 12.16. And that 12.1658 support was the low. We have our top up in the mid 1240s. That's our low of consolidation. Now we have a double top. And if we break that level without breaking that double top, it's going to be a double top and then a lower low. And that's going to indicate a significant trend change. So right now, bulls are still in full control, liking the daily and weekly time frame of these bull miners. And even if we don't see follow through for the bull miners tomorrow, we know those weekly charts certainly still favor the bulls over the next month or two. So watching very closely, we have key resistances very clear on gold. Still watching that bearish reversal head and shoulders potential pattern on the dollar. And we'll check back in tomorrow to see how it all plays out and how much follow through the bulls can get back towards the upside. Checking in on the bull miners real quick on the hourly time frame. And we've got the 20-period hourly resistance rejecting JNUG at the high of this bounce. 5 candlesticks on the hourly. Let's show it real quick. Wasn't planning on looking at it, but it caught my eye. So here's NUGT. Look at this 20-period resistance. 1, 2, 3 rejections at the end of the day. And we look at JNUG and that hourly resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a very clear moving average resistance. We'll have to keep an eye on tomorrow morning. See you then.